Y'all, I have got quite a drugstore haul to share with you. I'm so excited. I have just stuff that I've either heard about from a lot of people or I've heard no one talk about. And so some of this we're gonna try on today. Some of it we're just gonna talk about because I have 4 or 5 lip products. We're not trying all of those on today, but I'm excited. So let's dive in. So first thing, well actually there's 2 foundations I want to haul. One of them is the new Maybelline Green Edition Super Drop Tinted Oil. Okay, if you try to find your shade online in this, you will be wrong. I got the shade number 30 based on swatches online, and this is so freaking dark for me. And I saw another YouTuber haul this, and I'd already bought this, and she had the same issue. I don't remember what shade it was, but it was way too dark for her as well. So I'm like, okay, I'm not totally crazy with that. Like it's hard to pick your shade of these online. And so this, I'll swatch for you, but I cannot put it on. Like it is so way too dark. I got in the shade number 30. I figured it might be similar to a lot of the tinted oils that exist. Like Kosas has one, Ilia has their super serum foundation, things like that are kind of popular. So I thought it's kind of cool to find one at the drugstore, but it's got a dropper. It's so dark. It feels good though. This is not always my favorite type of foundation, but this one looks a little bit more moisturizing, which is always nice. Like it's making my skin look nice and hydrated, if you can see that. So I'm excited to get it in my correct shade. I'm assuming it'd be like shade 10 or 20. I'll have to look. I can't find this in store yet, so I couldn't even see these in store to try to get a better idea. So we'll see. I'll probably pass this on to my sister, but I'm excited to give it a whirl. I like that it's just something different, and I'm trying to think of other brands that have a product like this, and I know that they exist. Is it Physicians Formula that had one? I know they exist, but I guess my thing is I feel like I haven't seen any new ones launch at the drugstore lately. But the other foundation I bought recently, and so we're gonna try this on instead, is the number 7 Restore and Renew Serum Foundation. I actually bought this a while ago, and I've tried it a couple times, so I'm kind of breaking my own rules. What rules are there? I don't know. I feel like there used to be really hard and fast, like stringent rules on if it's a haul, and this was like 6 years ago. If it's a haul, then hey birdie, what's it mean if a bird lands outside your window? That happens all the time. It's a blackbird. Don't you dare tell me it's like a bad omen. I don't want to hear it. Okay. Oh, back to the stringent rules of YouTube 5 years ago. I feel like it used to be that if it was a haul, you couldn't have opened the products or even swatched them yet. Like they had to be. Anyway, so we're going to give this a whirl. Again, this has SPF of 20. It says for best results, blend on smoothly and evenly with your fingers, sponge, or brush. So just apply it however you want. Honestly, this one's maybe a little dark for me, but not totally. I definitely feel like number 7 foundations don't run as yellow as a lot do. They usually run a little more neutral or cool, which is for my skin tone great. They don't always have the best shade range, but you can see just with one coat, without and with light to medium coverage, you can build it up. I've learned this is just an easy formula to work with, and I think that's what I've grown to really like about it. It performs even better over like a gripping primer. I don't have a lot, but out of the ones I own, one of my favorites is the e.l.f. Power Grip. I really should have put this on today, but I just feel like it grips onto it, but it still looks like nice skin. This really is a middle of the road foundation when it comes to like the coverage of it, but also just it's not super matte or super dewy. It's truly just like a satin finish. So I like it. I feel like for an everyday foundation where I still want to look nice and put together, but I don't need to look super glam or anything like that, this is gorgeous. Like I could see myself wearing this every day when I was teaching. You know, this is totally my kind of everyday foundation. So I really like it. You can get number 7 at Walgreens and Target, and of course online at various places, but those are the 2 places I like consistently see it, especially Walgreens. The last time I was in person at a Walgreens, the beauty advisor there, I think that's what they're called, was so lovely. It was this woman probably in her 50s, and she was so helpful, maybe overly so, and of course in my mind I'm like, ma'am, I know about a lot of these products. But she knew a lot too, and she was telling me about a couple products from number 7 I'd never heard about, some that I did know about, but it was just cool. I'm like, that's such a fun job. Like, if YouTube didn't work out, I might be like, peace, and just go be a beauty advisor at Walgreens, because it was so much fun chatting with her. That was like a couple years ago. Anyways, I like this foundation. Do I think it's like my favorite ever? No, but do I really like it? Yeah. Like if you were wanting to get a new one and you were at Walgreens, maybe there was a sale. I really like it. I tend to like number 7's foundations. This one reminds me a lot of the Lift and Illuminate one that I don't think they have, and I kind of wonder if it's the same thing, just repackaged. I don't know, but it's awfully similar. But this has a nice frosted glass bottle. Like it feels very high end. I'm so bummed that I still have not gotten to try this one though. So I'll get my right shade. We'll try it on here in a few weeks, I promise. Actually, I better add that to my cart right now. If I don't, I might forget. Yeah, if you look at 30 online, and I know, like you never trust pictures online, right? Look at the this is so dark. So I see why I picked 30. I'm gonna, I guess, get number 10. Let me throw on some concealer. I'm gonna use the Revlon Color Stay Skin Awaken. I was kind of crapping on Revlon in a recent video, but I'm realizing I'm like, this is a newer product from them that I'm like really enjoying, this concealer. I like this kind of applicator actually, but it's too messy, you guys. Every time I close it, concealer goes and squirts, like squelches out the sides. I'm like, oof, this was not well thought out, but you know, here we are. But this is one I do like to let sit for a minute, kind of get a little tackier, and then I blend it in with my sponge. So honestly, while I wait, I might go ahead and do my brows. I'm just using the Anastasia, it's their wooden pencil. Lately, I've just been doing the outer part of my brows because like the inner part I feel like looks fine. And sometimes I can go overboard. Y'all, I look back at old videos of mine and my brows. It wasn't even that long ago and I'm like, Jessie. Like old pictures, I'm like, oof, too much. Yeah, like I feel like that looks fine. Definitely feel like the color, is this their brightener color? Yeah, universal brightener. It is definitely brightening. I need to get an actual shade because it is a little brighter than I typically go. I don't think it looks bad, especially once you get everything else done, but it's definitely like, it brightens if you're anywhere near my skin tone. But it blends in really quickly, especially if you give it that like 30 seconds to a minute to kind of like settle in. So many good products, you guys. So 2 eyeshadow things. I bought the e.l.f. I Love You a Latte little bite-sized palette. This, I don't think, I know I had one recently and it like 1 or 2 of the shades shattered, so I ended up just tossing it. I don't think it was this one though. I think it was a different one, but this one is one of their newer bite-sized palettes, and I just think it is the perfect neutral little palette if you're like me and like these are totally the shades I use. I feel like you can use the brown as like a liner. These two are pretty similar. One's a little warmer and one's a little cooler. And then this light shade, I usually would use that for like the brow bone or just all over the lid, and that's it, just to make everything look even. And then liner, mascara, and it looks really nice. So really good little thing. I feel like this would be great for travel too. If you're not bringing a bunch of eyeshadow, but you want some simple options like this, and then maybe you bring like a little shimmery quad and you can kind of pair them together. The one I want to use today though, and maybe we'll dip into the e.l.f., but I already know that formula is really good, you know? The brand is Winky Lux. I bought mine at Target. It's the Coffee Kitten palette. This has been around for a while. First of all, isn't this beautiful packaging? It is like the cardboard with the magnet. I would say Winky Lux is mid-range when it comes to the price. I feel like this was around $20-ish, maybe a little bit more. They had a bunch of different ones. This is the one, it's kind of more cool tone, but it has a little bit of warmth to it in a couple of the shades. I am pretty sure I used to own this long ago. I think I talked about that in my recent Target haul. But here we go, we have it again. So I'm gonna get this really light shade. Oh yeah, it's got some pigment to it. Put it on the brow bone and just kind of blend it down, just to start with like an even base. I feel like the whole Winky Lux line is so cute and pretty. And again, this is a brand that's not a new brand. It's newer to Target, but I mean, it's been around for a hot minute. I'm going to put Cappuccino here in the crease, just kind of all over. This is a pretty shade to kind of just put really just everywhere. I feel like that's such a pretty chic look just to have like a light brown all over and nothing else. These have more pigment than I would have guessed. Figured they'd be decent, but like these are nice. They're blending really easily. I have the Winky Lux lip sleeping mask that is so freaking pretty. Not pretty, well, sure, but it's a lip sleeping mask. It is so comfy is what I meant to say. I've been wearing that kind of off and on. I'll do Aquaphor one night, then the Winky Lux one. And I feel like the Winky Lux stays on all through the night. Like I'll wake up to feed our little newborn and literally I'll still feel like, ooh, it's still on. Like it's just it's a good formula. It reminds me of the Laneige one, but I was gonna say better, but I just really like both of them. And I think price-wise, they're probably around the same price too. So it's not like you're saving money with one. So I wanna try this Frappe shade. Oh yeah, that's I'm just doing a look that I would normally do. I like this kind of a shimmer formula where it's not too soft where it's just crumbling everywhere, but it's just a smooth, like it's easy to get a smooth application of it even just with your finger. And it's got a nice shimmer to it. We are gonna go for the first time on a walk. And where our workspace is in, I always say, like a metropolitan area. And so we like to go on walks, but the weather has been rainy and then it's been chillier. So now that it's warming up and it's still kind of a rainy day, but I think the rain will hold off, we're gonna go on a little walk. And it's the first time we've done it with our sweet newborn. And we're just gonna like baby carry her. So she's kind of, I don't know. I'm sometimes weird about having her too far out and about. I mean, she's a newborn. Who isn't weird about it? I like her just close to us. Plus, we don't have like a stroller here that would be appropriate to have here and at home. What am I even saying? Guys, when I say that I have been struggling so hard to like find words for things or just like get a point across. I was at brunch with two of my girlfriends the other day and I literally kept saying, where was I in the story? Like they had to help me along. I was like, I need you guys just to follow me around because I cannot keep a train of thought going. And it's probably like, you know, I'm getting less sleep right now. Anyway, I'm digging this. I like the formula. I have nothing to say. I think if you saw this line, especially since they have like 4 or 5 different ones, if you saw one that really spoke to you, I would say get it. If none of them are like really, really speaking to you, I don't know that like this is a must-have palette other than that, although I do think the packaging is beautiful as well, and it's got a mirror. So very, very good quality palette. And it looks really cute in your makeup bag, just saying. Oh, liner, ooh. So I've been trying my darndest, y'all, to find a liner, a pencil liner that works as well as my beloved Makeup by Mario one that I always talk about. Is so good, but it's like 20 bucks. I've bought like 3, 4 of them at this point because I keep using them up because these don't transfer down. I don't like having a liner on my lower waterline. I'm like the opposite of most people I know, but anyway. So I've been trying to find a drugstore dupe for it because not only for you guys to let you know you can save money, but for me, I'm tired of spending it. This is the Infallible Pro Last liner. I know that I've tried this a million years ago. Like I feel like the names are always slightly different, but I'm pretty sure this one is really good. I got black and it says it's a long wear waterproof eye pencil and it says safe for use in the waterline up to 24-hour wear. So we're gonna give her a whirl. My biggest pet peeve is when it wears down from up here in the corner down like that. The second I see a liner does that, I'm like, like it just bothers me. I don't know why. And it's not even that big of a deal. It's such an easy fix, but I hate 2 hours after doing my makeup, looking in the mirror and being like, like why didn't anyone tell me I had all this black just in that inner corner? You know what I mean? So creamy, you guys. Oh my gosh. It is a pencil that you'll have to sharpen, just FYI. Also, I don't remember where I got it. One of you guys can tell me, what show is this from? Where instead of saying FYI, they say FY. Is it Brooklyn Nine-Nine? We're rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine right now, and I feel like that would be a joke from them. But anyway, for years, my husband and I, instead of saying FYI, I just say FY. And I almost always accidentally say it in videos and I'm like, you guys won't know what I mean. Now you do. I'm just gonna start saying it. You're in on it. All right, it is in the waterline. I'm putting it on the inner part too, so we'll see if it transfers down. Usually it takes a minute or two. So far, so good. I'm gonna throw on a liquid liner on top just because that's the way I roll. And I've been really enjoying this one. It's from Sephora, but it's not super expensive because it's their in-house brand. The Sephora Fine Line Felt Liner. It is a super fine tip, but it's awesome. Like for a quick mini wing, it's so good. I mean, you can do a legit wing too, but I go through so many phases with like winged liner. Like sometimes I'm over it and I like just don't do it for weeks at a time or months, and then I get back into it and I like can't imagine not doing it. Like I just go through phases. Anyone else? The liner still hasn't transferred down. My hopes are so high, you guys. Kind of thinking I want a little bit more coverage down. I don't know. Like even with this number 7, I definitely am feeling, because you guys saw I put on 2 layers, I'm definitely feeling like I want a powder foundation on top just to even things out. So I think in the light to medium range, even with 2 layers, this one leans maybe a little bit lighter coverage than it does medium coverage, if that makes sense. I think it does. Okay, in the movie Frozen 2, well, on the soundtrack, my daughter's suddenly like way into Frozen 2, but she calls it Too Frozen, and it is the cutest thing in the world, and we don't want her to ever say it correctly. She always like, can we listen to Too Frozen? I'm like, Yes, we can. Anyway, on the soundtrack, there's a version of the song that Elsa sings in it, Into the Unknown, where Brendan Urie sings it from Panic at the Disco, and his voice, he can sing so impossibly high. It's amazing, and I have that version of the song stuck in my head, and it's amazing. That's all. So I need a mascara. I'm gonna throw on the Milani Anti-Gravity mascara that I like. One of my favorite things about having kids is that I get to watch Disney movies all the time. Oh my gosh. I mean, we would find an excuse to watch Disney movies anyway, as if you need an excuse, but you know what I mean. And now it's just fun because we get to have movie nights with Genevieve and watch freaking Disney movies, man. We were watching Princess and the Frog the other day, one of my freaking favorites. And the music from that is so freaking good. The setting, like everything. I'm a big New Orleans fan. Someday I'll have to tell you guys our New Orleans story. I don't know if I've ever told it on my channel. Maybe in the next like coffee chat, I'll tell the story. It was wild. I don't even know if I feel comfortable telling the story. That sounds bad. It was something that happened to us that in theory should have cast a super negative light on New Orleans, but it was the most New Orleans thing to happen to us. That sounds mean against the city if you know the story, but you know what I mean. You hear stories about New Orleans, you're like, oh yeah. Well, this was a pretty wild story, but we love that city. Like, I love the history and just everything else about the city, I think is just so amazing. So if you're from Louisiana or from New Orleans, what's up? I like your city. I still don't like this mascara as much. I really enjoy it, but I don't like it as much as I like the one, man, the Essence Volume Stylist Lash Extension Mascara. That one in the purple and black tube is my absolute favorite mascara, period. I was gonna say at the drugstore, but no, period. And I'm pretty sure it's cheaper than this Milani one. But it's only for you if you like super volumized lashes. Shameless plug while we're in the middle of it. If you have not subscribed to my channel and you've watched a video or two of mine and you're interested in watching more, I would love if you subscribed. It's totally free, and it just means that when you pop onto YouTube, you will be recommended to see my videos. Any new ones I pop up, old ones the algorithm thinks you might like, and I would really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. And if you have been subscribed, turn on your notifications. You hit that little bell, because then you'll get notified when I upload a new video. I have it turned on for like 4 or 5 YouTubers. I try to limit it because I want it to be like the ones like when they do upload a new video, like I typically watch it in the first 24 hours. Like I get excited. So like I said, I want to throw on a powder foundation because I just feel like I need something more. If you have not tried the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation, it is so high coverage. It's so impossibly smoothing. I mean, you're watching it happen before your very eyes. Like, it is ridiculous. It can make any foundation look good because it is its own foundation as it is. You know what I mean? Like, this is just unbelievable. I have the shade Fair 150C. I would say it's maybe a little deep for me, but every time I put it on, I'm like, no, that works. So love that so much. So I have a bronzer and a blush I am so excited to try. This one I picked up on a whim at Target. This is the Revolution Glow Ultra Matte Bronzer. Now you tell me, why am I confused? Why does it have glow on here, in like 3 places, but it's an ultra matte bronzer? I do not understand. However, I feel like this is awfully similar to the Charlotte Tilbury powder bronzer. So I'll have to test those. I'll add it to my like to try dupes list because I'm definitely planning another dupes video here in the next few weeks. So stay tuned. If you want to catch some of my other drugstore dupes, I have a playlist. I take them seriously. Anyway, so we're gonna give this a whirl. I swatched it the other day and it seems a little dark. It seems a little dark, so we might need to be really light-handed. This is in the shade Light, however. So we're gonna use a kind of diffused brush. And I tapped a bunch off too, because I'm intimidated. This is tricky. I think it just might be too deep, you know? I'm gonna use my powder foundation brush to kind of blend. I wanna say it's patchy, but I feel like it's this brush. But if I use a denser brush, it will be way too much. So I feel like this is the best way to do it, even though it's not ideal. So I don't think it's bad. You just have to be able to find a shade that works for you, and this is just not a good shade for me. I'd have to be super careful every time, and I feel like I can't really blend it into the hairline the way I want to be able to. And I need to find the perfect brush to apply this with, because none of these I have right here are cutting it, you know what I mean? But I think it's good. I like the packaging. It would just be more of a shade thing for you. Now, this is the one blush I have been dying to get my hands on. It's from Physicians Formula. Now, do I have it here with me? They're Marvelous Mauves or something like that, but it's a matte mauve type blush, and it's really, really pretty. I'll pop a picture right here. It's really pretty, but it's just a little bit deeper typically than I go for. I've actually been wearing it a lot though. So even though I'm kind of saying it's not perfect for me, I still like it enough that I'm wearing it all the time. I just avoid the darker parts of that. But this one is in the shade Pink Sands, and I've seen a couple other YouTubers talk about this shade, and I feel like for my skin tone, this might be perfect. How beautiful is that? It has a scent, as they all do, totally a shade I would like. It's a little bit lighter. I'm so excited. Like, I can't tell you how badly I've been wanting this, and I hadn't seen it in store until the other day. Okay, this may be the perfect blush for me. Oh my gosh. Please don't tell me this is limited edition. Okay, it doesn't say limited edition. Thank goodness. This is the perfect blush, and I'm not even being light-handed. Like, I feel like you can kind of go wild, and it still looks really good. So excited. This is gorgeous. The packaging, even though it's bulky, is still really pretty. I love this color. Oh my gosh, you guys. This may be the winner of the entire video. We'll see. We still have a couple more things to try, but that might be the winner. Also, did you hear Physicians Formula came out with like Earth Day packaging? I've tried to buy it. Could you only buy it on Earth Day? But it was a lot of their best sellers, but in way thinner packaging. And I'm like, what? Like, that's what we all want. So if you can find it, please let me know where, because I was like, that's what we all want. This is too bulky, even though I still think it's adorable, and I freaking love this. Oh my gosh. Lip product wise, I went a little crazy. We're not gonna try all of them on, but we'll try a couple because I just have to. So this is a lot of lip products. So I bought this because I heard Emily Noel talk about it. So I'll probably save this. I'm planning a YouTubers Made Me Buy It video. Probably save this for that. But this is the Infallible Pro Gloss Plump. I don't remember if this is the exact shade, but it was at least similar. This is in Moonlit Rose. I think this might have been the shade. First of all, really comfy. I've already worn it a few times. It is so beautiful. So beautiful. Has kind of a minty smell. I was so glad it doesn't have like the L'Oreal lipstick smell. How beautiful is that pinky rose though? So that I love. I haven't noticed a crazy plumping effect, but I do feel like it makes my lips look nice and plump, so I'll take it. I don't need it to actually plump if it looks nice. That's really all I'm going for, you know? Another one, I love this line, and it's the Physicians Formula Diamond Plumper Gloss. The packaging is so cute with like the diamondy looking thing. It makes me think of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I have a pink shade, and I really like that. And they have like a clear, and then this one. This one's called Champagne Cushion Cut, and it is a beautiful peach. I feel like for spring and summer, this is perfect. It's honestly, it's peachy, but it's more like nude. So it would look really nice over a lip gloss, and we might use that here in a second. I also got the Milk Superstay Vinyl Ink. This shade is 15 Peachy. Oh yeah. And it's still like glossy, but I think the idea is that it kind of stains, but it stays like comfortable. I might be wrong, but look at that color, is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. And it looks very cushy, like cushiony. Oh my gosh. So many good lippies to play with. But then I also got this L'Oreal lipstick in Bright Mocha. It kind of has that L'Oreal smell, but this one is like a moisturizing lipstick, and it's in their white packaging, which I think is pretty, and it has like a moisturizing core in the middle. In this color, these are all very similar, clearly. Look how pretty that is. I'm still getting over a cold, so I can't totally tell. It smells like the L'Oreal thing, I think, but I can't tell if it's less strong or if that's just because I'm still getting over this cold. So excited about all of these. The other one I got is Revlon lipstick in Untold Stories. This I bought because I heard Kelly Strack talk about it. So I might mention this in that video too, we'll see. It is such a beautiful nude. Her lips always look so nice. So I was like, I have not tried a Revlon lipstick like this in forever. So that might be what we do, just because I'm wearing red, so I don't want to go too pink or too peach. This might be perfect, kind of a nude. I guess it is kind of pink. I don't know. I kind of want to try this vinyl one because it just looks so intriguing. So I think that's what we're gonna do, just because the formula is a little bit different too. It's so comfy. Okay, this is gorgeous. I'm just like astounded. This is so comfy. It definitely It's starting to feel a little, sticky is not the right word, but where, I guess sticky is, but not like a gloss is sticky, where it kind of pulls your lips apart. But the finish of this and the color is just stunning. Again, the color I have is 15 Peachy. This just may have become my favorite lip product I've tried in like a year. Maybe 2. I just feel like my lips look so nice. Like, oh my gosh. That is awesome. So loving this. What else? What else? I think that's all I needed to try, right? I love doing these. If you want to see these more like once a month, let me know. There's always enough new to try. You guys know I'm always down to clown and try these things, and I just love it. So let me know if there's something newer at the drugstore that you want to see me try out on camera. I would love to do that. And, you know, I try to keep my finger on the pulse, but sometimes it's hard to know because there's so many brands that are consistently launching so many products. So let me know if there's a new launch out there that you'd like to see me try. Not too bad with the liner, by the way. Ooh, my under eyes are not looking cute. I feel like with the brightener, I really, really like it. I forgot to set it though, and that I do feel like makes a difference in how it looks, and I don't have my favorite setting powders. I just redid what makeup I have here, and there are a few like holes, if you will, that I need to fill. But I definitely feel like setting my under eye makes things look a little more even and flattened out and better. This was the NARS Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder. I like it. So my 2 favorites, this is like the easiest choice ever, would be the Physicians Formula Pink Sands Blush and the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink in Peachy. Oh my gosh, if you're gonna buy anything, make it these 2 because I'm kind of looking around and I really liked, like, I'm really liking this liner. I'm gonna try it more and let you know. This may be a dupe for that Makeup by Mara. There's just a little bit, but it's not like a full-on transfer. Like, that's an acceptable level of transfer where it's just barely there, but you really can't tell. Like, I'm gonna keep trying it. I don't wanna jump the gun, but oh my gosh. Probably my least favorite things I tried were the bronzer, and really that was more of a shade thing than anything. I'm excited about all of the lip products. And then I know I used a bunch of drugstore items that I wasn't necessarily hauling. Of course, I'm disappointed that I don't have the right shade in this Maybelline Super Drop Serum or tinted oil, but we'll get there. And I really do like the Winky Luxe palette. I think the quality is there. I just, now looking at it, not in the lights of Target where I'm all starry-eyed and excited about everything, looking at it again, I feel like maybe this is not gonna be my most used palette because I'm gonna use the shades I just used, maybe dip into 1 or 2 others, but like I'm not gonna use this dark blue, I know myself. I probably won't use this kind of odd medium brown. So that's on me. And like the number 7 foundation, I really do like, but like I said, I don't think this is ever gonna be like my favorite Holy Grail foundation. So I hope that you enjoyed. If you wanna watch more of my drugstore makeup videos, I do a lot of these try on hauls here. I hope you'll subscribe to catch more of them, but of course I have my playlist. You can watch some more of them right now if you'd like. As I mentioned earlier, I hope that you will subscribe. I'd love to have you join our little family. Comment with the words Rose Bronze down below if you watch this all the way to the end. Okay, I love you guys, bye.